Yo, Salaam alaikum everybody. Hope everybody's well. Hope this video finds everybody well. Purpose of this video, the intention of this video is to get people outside, get people closer to the Sunnah. Muslims, that is important to get closer to the Sunnah. Just started doing some archery, man. Never really got into archery, big outdoors guy. Just never really got into archery. I do firearm instructions, but archery is definitely Sunnah, which means it's advised, it's rewarded, and especially for women, it is safe. Children as well. So let's get our women, let's get our kids out there, let's teach them. Keep looking around because I just fed the cats, and they're way over there where I fed them at, but now they're actually looking like, what is he doing over here in the middle of the field? So, but the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he is reported to said, there is no harm for any of you to take up your bow when you feel overwhelmed by burden, and you could do away with your worries. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, is reported to have said, there is no harm for any of us to take up our bow when we feel overwhelmed by burden, and we could do away with our worries, right? So, you know, I figured we implement some of that here while worship at, and maybe inspire some good people out here to come out here and get inspired and come shoot their bow. There's a whole lot of hadiths. I would encourage everybody to go out there and look up some hadiths on archery. I don't know them all. Inshallah, Allah be pleased with me. One day I will. You know, state of mindfulness can be achieved, it is said, through archery. Breathing, being conscious of breath. Like, how much are we really conscious of our breathing, right? How much do we really give gratitude for the breaths we take daily, every second, right? How often do we think about these things? You know, we should be, definitely should be praying 5 times a day and giving thanks for these things, but here we are. We're gonna start today with some archery. It's probably my first video on archery. I'm by no means a professional, not even an enthusiast. Well, I guess you could say an enthusiast. Got a little set from my dad, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for him. May Allah be pleased with him as well. I'm gonna get my wife out here, inshallah. I got me a bow, pretty simple bow. I think it's don't quote me, but I think it's like a 30-pound draw, 25-pound draw. You know, something light. You can see behind me, got my target. I threw a pumpkin up there on the target. We got a lot of pumpkins for sale this time of year. It's the fall. Pumpkins are in abundance. And we're gonna get started. I came straight from work, so excuse my work uniform. Let's get started. I'm gonna reposition this camera, get a couple of angles, and let's get this thing started, man. I encourage everybody to get out here. I'm gonna step back a little further today. So I'm gonna put this here, and I'm gonna tap back in with you in just a second. All right, like I said, I'm by no means professional by any sorts of the imagination, but as a certified range safety officer, I do understand the importance of safety, and I understand the importance of understanding the dangers around you when you practice anything with projectiles. So, talking to my pops, he had my niece out in the backyard, and they were firing off the bow. He had her sticking the bows in the ground face down to get in the habit of pulling up and staying in a safe direction. So anything that's safe, it makes sense, I'm down. I'm all down to implement it. So that's why you see me sticking those in the ground. If you have any other tips or suggestions, I'm all for it. But today, this is how I'm gonna set it off. I want to say we're about, it's about 20 feet maybe, a little over 20 feet. And I'm just practicing getting them down range safely, practicing how I hold my bow and let my arrow go. It's yellow. I've been doing this now for Might be my third day out here since I've gotten the bow. Since we put this range up. About my third day out here. I got maybe, I want to say maybe about 4 hours of range time under my belt. Not even 4 hours of range time. Maybe about 2 hours of range time under my belt. Like I said, I'm by no means a professional. By no means a professional. Just someone who, they say idle time. My grandmother used to say idle time is the devil's workshop. In Salaam, it is said that there's a few things that you could play that's not considered idle time. Like the cats are coming closer. There's a few things that you could play and play with that's considered keeping you close to Allah. Subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that is playing with your wife, playing with horses, archery, and swimming. So go home to my wife next, inshallah. Trying to get back in the yellow here. Part of this video too for me is actually to be able to see myself do it so I can work on my form. Work on my form, work on some things that I can't see, you know, away from it. Let's go see what we got. That off a couple. Like I said, I'm no professional. I got 1, 2, 3, and a borderline 4 in the yellow, 3 in the red. Got my pumpkin. I'm gonna bring the pumpkin down a little bit next so I can get into that. Oh wow, looks like I left one out here from yesterday. Hope it didn't rust out. It's also a way to see how we're gonna grow, because you know, inshallah, I plan on putting some flowers and some to make it nice and pretty back here. But yeah, this is what we got so far. Let me get these out of here. And reset. We got 1, 2, 3 in the yellow. Got 1 borderline yellow right here. It's about a 2-inch shot group here. We got a 2-inch shot group in the red. None of this is on purpose, you know. All this is me learning. All this is God's will. Stay tapped in. Let's go see what we got. It's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Some of them they didn't go in far enough to stand up straight. Trying to get an idea of my shot group there. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. Always work to be done. Not trying to be a hunter, not trying to be perfect. Just trying to get better daily, practice and work. Hopefully by the time I get some kids out here, you know, I can show them something, show them how to do a little something. I guess that ain't bad. That ain't a bad shot group selection right there, huh? That ain't bad at all. No, by no means am I a professional. Just somebody out here that's trying to practice the sunnah instead of doing something idle. Alright, so it's time to pack up. The sun is going down. That means Maghrib is almost coming in. I had a blast. It's time to pack up. Get inside the masjid. Make it home in time. I haven't even looked at the time yet since I've been out here. So hope everybody enjoyed. Like I said, this intention here was to inspire somebody to get out, pick up a bow, grab some arrows, just go out and shoot. It's definitely part of the Sunnah. It definitely was beloved by our Prophet, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He was known to have a few arrows himself, one called Al-Rahul, Al-Baida, Al-Safra, Al-Zanra, and he lost one which was broken during the Battle of Uhud, and that was Al-Khatum, or Khatum, excuse my pronunciations. May Allah be pleased with me. I'm learning, I'm growing. I hope you are too. Hope you get out there. It's easier to pick up a bow and arrow in some instances than it is to pick up a horse. Alhamdulillah, man. Everybody be well. Hope this video finds everybody with peace and love for Allah in their heart. And may Allah be pleased with us all. Be easy.